Alicia Hawkins, you're welcome. Thank you for tuning in. Now, let's flip it real quick. Now, everybody tuning in, smash that screen, get the algorithm going. Let's get people in here. A lot of people can't see me going live because y'all know they got me shadow banned. So, you know what I'm saying? If you can, share it to people that you know who might be interested. But let's talk about Sham real quick. Let's talk about Sham real quick. Here we go. Tribe of Sham. Tribe of Sham. Now let me show you something real quick before we get into this tribe. Let me show you something. Let's go here to the tree. The top of the tree says Hebrews. And somewhere over here, my banner in the way, but over here it says Indians. 1611 now. This is the 1600s. King James. Sham. Hebrews. Indians. It's somewhere on this side. I got my banner in my way. You feel me? Remind me of Maccabees. Oh, I got that in here too. I got the Maccabees. Most definitely in my phone. Yeah. So now with the Hebrews, see, Hebrews is when I read this family tree out. So no one tell me. When I read this family tree out, like you will learn that technically, we're all under the umbrella of Hebrews now. Even Israelites, Chaldean, Aphrashad, of course, Egyptians, Canaanites, Put or Pu, you know what I'm saying? Who else? Alaram. Look, man. And so on and so forth. It's one big ass family tree, excluding one person or one tribe, Ashkenazi, you know, Saxons. But Hebrews, because what? In Pangea, the land masses was together. Even when the brothers pick their lots that they want to, like, you know what I'm saying, that they want to rule and shit like that, it was still one landmass. Fathers, mothers, everything, family. It is. But the Ashkenazi, Greys, hybrid people that live in the earth, you know, wild men, whatever you want to call them today, or what they are named today in different levels and descendants that we talking about in generations, they are the ones that took this family tree and split it apart. This is why you got Egyptians or Mykemites beefing with Israelites, and then you got the Israelites beefing with the Kemites, and everybody's beefing with the Moors, which is the Canaanites and everything, but we all family, except for the Saxons and Ashkenazis, you feel me? We all family. This is why Arabic and Aramaic comes from Abraham, which also Chaldeans and Paleo-Hebrew and Salah and Alphrashad and all the old languages are the same. This is why they went from one area, ran into the American Indians, and they understood each other. This is why Christopher Columbus needed one of us to navigate his ship as a translator who was fluent in Chaldean, Hebrew, Paleo-Hebrew, and Arabic. And I wonder why. Because when you meet our ancestors, us, when you listen to Algonquin language or Iroquois language or Tiano language, which is still an offshoot of the Iroquois and Algonquin language, which is still an offshoot of the Mayans and the Olmec language, and it's all starting to make sense and tie in now. One landmass. We share, before the Tower of Babel crumbled and stuff like that, we shared a common language. We shared a common language. And at the Ashkenazis, Saxons, they was too busy ooga, booga, ooga. You know what I'm saying? We taught them speech. Yes, before them, we did French. We did Spanish. Latin. The world was melanated. So we did French. We did Spanish. We even did English. This is why you can find some melanated people who sound very British or they speak with proper language, and we clown them and be like, bro, you sound white. But what they sound like is their ancestors. It's what they sound like because it still presents in your DNA. Y'all remember the last live we was talking about dialects and accents, right? It's very much skin deep inside your DNA, still to this day. Because what they telling y'all, or they telling the public and society, is a whole bunch of lies when you talk about these years and stuff. A lot of this stuff wasn't that long ago. Wasn't that long ago. And the Saxons or Ashkenazis or wild men or Greys, aliens, that family tree, that's something totally different. We're going to get into the etymology. I told y'all, etymology. And I'm here to teach it. Words or spells. And we're going to understand Ashkenazis and them here in a second. Let me get this out real quick. This is the first rant. Y'all know how I get. So, so the Saxons, man. Matter of fact, put a pin in this. Somebody in the comments remember where we at. Put a pin in this because let me paint this picture real clear real quick about the Saxons / Ashkenazi / wild men real quick. Etymology time. First, to understand what I'm talking about, we must know in the Black's Law Dictionary, the definition of monster is a human birth or offspring not having the shape of mankind and cannot be heir to any land. A human birth. Human. This is very important because shout out to the brother Nationalism of Yahweh. Somebody go ahead and share this to him and get him in here real quick. You feel me? Because on his live yesterday, I loved it, man. Y'all tap in when y'all can. Look, y'all remember when I did the live etymology and I was on my rant and I said, what is normal and what is a human being? Who gave it that name and who gave it that title? Because technically, none of us is normal because everybody had their own individual personality. Some of us is similar, but we're not the same, but we're individuals. It's why you can't generalize people. This is why they want to put the generalization on the world. We all are humans. We all God's kids. No, we all ain't. And no, we all ain't. Some of us is monsters. And us, melanated people, we're not mankind and we're not humans. We're gods and goddesses and Anunnakis and high priests, and we're something that they can't explain. That's why they put our history under the myth section, because they still trying to figure it out. That's how magical we is. They put our history inside the myth. They put their history in myth. You know, we weren't running around talking about they ain't got no history. Shit. They got a history, and they came out them caves and underground swinging. They got a history, you feel me? But the real history is just it's wrapped up in mythology and myths. Remember what I told you. When you break down etymology, myth. Take M-I from myth. M-I, that's my. Say it with me, my. Etymology time, words are spelled, my. Now when you get to the this sound, the this is theology. Theology. My theology is my story. You shorten it up and you call it a myth. Feel me? Words are spelled. So now, what is a monster? Black's Law Dictionary. The same Black's Law Dictionary that's telling you to stop calling yourself black because you're civilly dead. So this is why a long time ago, black meant pale. Black meant pale a long time ago, and they flipped it and put it on us. You feel me? The real technical black people, we all seen black people before. They bleach, they pale, you know what I'm saying? Y'all, etymology, words and spells. I hope y'all picking up what I'm putting down, man, because I'm trying my best. So monster, human birth, mankind, you know what I'm saying? Check this out. We're going to dig deep. I told you, etymology time. We going to get to the nitty gritty tonight. So now, when we talk about white people, we're not talking about WHITE. The last slide, keep up with me, please keep up with me. The last slide was what? What is a monster? A human being or a human birth or mankind or whatever they want to label it, but it's all the same. Peep this out, words and spells, and they love playing with words. So now we understand a monster is technically a human or human birth. So now when we talk about white people, we talking about a living being, a creature, a human being. A human being. When we talk about white, you talking about a creature, a human being. When you talking about a monster, you talking about a human being, which is also a creature. White. Check this out. 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 Hold on. Matter of fact, yeah, hold on. Check this out, man. Real quick. So now when you talk about white people, the Isle of Wight, Island of England, it's real. There is a such thing as white people, but not white like you think. Not white like you think, but a creature. The Isle of Wight. What's the definition of white? This is an island of creatures. An island of human beings. What is a human? A monster. This is an island of creatures. An island of monsters. The Isle of Wight. Not too far from the Caucasus Mountains either. And it's still people on, but it's still humans on here. You know what I'm saying? It's still a couple of 100,000 in here. You know, they all spread it out now, but it's a couple of 100,000 still there. You know what I'm saying? Little headquarters, you feel me? But yeah, Isle of Wight. Definition of white, creature. Definition of monster, human, white. You know what I'm saying? Let's get to it. Let me catch up in the comments real quick. Y'all been down here going easy. Let's see. Oh, skin folk ain't kin folk. Hey, Lady Me, 78. I'm glad you said all skin folk ain't kin folk, because I'm going to show everybody this real quick, too. Said screenshot this real quick. Hey, I didn't get alert. Hey, you know, hey, they be shadow banning me. Those who didn't get alerts. Lay open the book of law, wherein the heathens had sought to paint the likeness of their image. Most definitely. Book is it in the 16th. Thank you right there, 84. I need that tree. Hey brother, have you anything Venetian family bloodline? I ain't never heard of that. Y'all boys, I never heard of that, the family bloodline before. But I like when people come in here to teach me or drop gems though. That's dope. How you doing, Maya? Glad you could tap in. Are you Arab? Come on, bro. Come on with that. Come on with that. You ask me if I'm Arab. Black, British, and Baltimore folks sound just alike. Yep. Ethiopia, you already know. We know we different. Neanderthals are not found in Africa. Most definitely. Peace, God. And Goddess, how you doing? Get it. I love being here. I'm glad to have you here. Teach them they state of freedom. Mm-hmm. Uh-oh, I have a feeling this isn't good for white people. It depends. It depends. Technically, you know, the type of white people you talking about, WHITE, I ain't never seen a white person before. It's like you ain't never seen a black person before. So I don't know about white people. So now this ain't about white people. This ain't about that kind of white people, but this is about creatures. It's about humans, monsters, mythical beings, and how they lied to the world and generalized everybody just to hide their identity. That's what it's about, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, you want to learn, you feel me? But nah, because I know that all skin folk is your kin folk, and some skin folk is your kin folk. And what I mean by that is that there was a lot of people in that family tree that I showed in the beginning. I'm gonna go back to it, but there's a lot of people in that family tree that were tanned. See, tan and white is two different things in society. See, this is something that they scared of. I'm gonna tell y'all real quick what they really scared of. See, they scared of the rise of the Black Messiah, because you know what happened when melanated people start rising and our consciousness start elevating. Remember, we are full of electricity and magnetic energy beings with this melanin and stuff like that. So when our consciousness start rising, we start attracting and we start emitting everything, words and spells, and everything is energy and stuff like that. Check this out. Here's what they scared of. One of us start waking up white people because they've been lied to as well, because them and the so-called elites are not the same people. I'm going to say that again. The white folks here in America, your next door neighbor, and the elites are not the same people. They are not the same white people that you think. The elites, you know, Rothschilds and all them, they are this kind of white. It's why they don't like sunlight. It's why they hate real food and everything got to be artificial. This why they spray the chemtrails. This why they live underground. This why they can't take the sun. This why when you look at a picture of a Rothschild, they look like they about half dead and they zombified and shit. You know, draconians and all that. Yeah. But the quote unquote white people that's your next door neighbor, they're tanned. See, the illusion deals with the ocular nerve. And the ocular nerve is also tied into your brain. And these words, it spells and it affects your brain. This is why people run around believing up and down that they seen a black person before. And you got people like me like, bro, you ain't never seen a black person before. What are you talking about? You never seen a black person before, bro. You ain't never seen a black person before. You seen brown people. You seen copper colored people. You seen tawny people. You know what I'm saying? You seen ruddy. You seen that before. You seen different shades of brown, but you ain't never seen no black person before. And I ain't never seen a white person before. I've seen a white person before, but I ain't never seen a white person before. I've seen a tan person. I seen my fellow brother who don't know he my brother, who been indoctrinated with this white privilege just going on and still selling out. And that all skin folk is your kin folk. Remember, tan is melanin. So even they are folk, but they not all folk because they don't even know that they selling out unknowingly. Ooh, welcome to the live. If this is your first time, we about to turn up. If you ain't know, somebody better tell people about me. You feel me? Hey. Plus, this coffee got me on 10 too. That's that Aztec coffee. That shit got me on 10. I see why the ancestors was building pyramids everywhere, boy. That Aztec coffee, when they were building pyramids everywhere, they were hype. The accent, though, I appreciate it. What the wild things are. Hey, yeah, you already know, 84. Hey. Almighty done. Africans, stay saying we not black. Because, I mean, technically, Africans know that we're not black. Technically. They ain't black either. They know that. But they've been, our fellow brothers and sisters over there in Africa been indoctrinated a lot longer than us over here. This is why we so quick to rebel and they so quick to want to come over here and listen to the white man. You know what I'm saying? Not saying no bad way, but that's how they come. They so submissive now. They're so submissive now. Just like we are technically, but we still have bits and pieces of that rebel in us. That we still got bits and pieces of that warrior in us that at any given moment we can fuck shit up. And the CIA know that. I'm going to show you why the CIA know that in a minute. But the CIA know that. They know that our spirit, because this is the old world. This is the land of soul. We are the ancient ones. You cannot erase our DNA. We are the basis of everything. And you can't erase everything. So they started with them first, though. You know, they was going ham. Year wars, centuries. They was going ham. And then when they finally got that hold on them, They ain't let go. You know, when you start seeing white Jesus going everywhere around there, you know what I'm saying? And then boom, they fell to the image. You came over here though, and you had them 250 American Indian wars when we wasn't having that shit until late 1800s when the Gullah Geechee and the Haitian Revolution freed and literally won everybody. Those two wars were so important, and the reason why they don't teach those wars because in the CIA document it says it will inspire African Americans to revolt. We have to keep them away from Haiti and knowing about these slave revolts and revolutions. This is why you don't hear about these slave revolts and revolutions. They'll just tell you Nat Turner. Yeah, Nat Turner was an American Indian, and that was an American Indian rebellion. You know what I'm saying? His daddy was an American Indian that was one of the first black governors that was on the Louisiana Congress of Republicans. He was also a Republican. The Confederate flag was also ours. They flipped everything. They took the Confederate flag and they took the Republicans and Democrats and they did everything. When at first it was the total reverse. The swastika was ours. The Republican Party was ours. The Confederate flag was ours. You can hop offline, go to Google and type in the American Indian or Indian Confederates and you will see that Confederate flag was ours first because we were the rebels. All those 250 rebellions was us rebellion. We was the rebels. But then you got all these skinheads talking about this is our flag because we was the rebels. Y'all ain't rebel against shit. Y'all ain't rebel against shit. We the ones that freed everybody. We the rebels. That was our shit. You feel me? So you know what I'm saying? But even the skinheads know that they are white people. You feel me? Even they know that shit. They know that. But anyways, they flipped it on us. And they only tell people about Nat Turner. Then they don't even for real tell people about Nat Turner. You got to kind of dig that shit up. But it's easy to dig it up. What's hard is to dig up all the other ones. Like the Cherokee Wars, the Iroquois Wars, the Aztec, the Mayans. You know what I'm saying? What else? It was some more wars. What was it? Damn, I had the Fox Tribe Wars, the Nachas Indians. Man, they were going ham. They was fucking from 1400s to late 1800s. Our ancestors was fucking shit up. And then you came out with the pen is mightier than the sword. What was the etymology of a spell that we learned the last live? A spell. You can say it or you can write it. Grimoires. Grammar. Memory. Memoirs. And I'm a peep game. I'm going to show you. I think I got it. If I don't got it, but trust me when I tell you this. The reason why today, listen to me and listen to me good. And do your own research. I always promote, do your own research. This is how y'all know I'm 100 about stuff. Trust me when I tell you this. The reason why that they call you the honest reason why they, damn, how can I say this shit? Words and spells. Grimoires, grammar, memory, memoirs. Okay, check this out. Technically in this matrix, the reason why you don't have no sovereignty no more is because you are an artificial human being now. You're not a natural human being anymore. Dodge the human because we already learned what a human is, but dodge it. I'm using layman terms right now, you know what I'm saying? So we can understand what I'm saying. You're not a natural being. I'm going to put it like that. You're not a natural being no more. You are an artificial being because you have an artificial memory of you being a slave that came on a boat from Africa, and it was millions of y'all on there when 1 million people could not fit on a boat that sailed with no engine that took 4 to 5 months to get to one place, one trip. And it took another 4 to 5 months for another trip back, which you might as well say a year to go, and that's just an estimation. It probably was longer, and a lot of people died. And the artificial memory that's killing me is that people believe that your ancestors, which is disrespectful as shit, let me tell you, was at the bottom of a boat Millions deep. Shout out to the 144, man. Unity consciousness, we in here. So you believe your ancestors was at the bottom of a boat, chained up, shitting and pissing on everybody, knowing that pee has pneumonia in it, and feces is toxic, and it holds bacteria and germs and viruses that can kill you within 3 to 4 months, probably quicker than that. And they piled up on each other, and you think that they just sat there for 5 months going across the seas without an engine on a sailboat that relied on the wind, that the wind don't always blow all the time. So sometimes you just sitting on sea, sitting on the ocean just like this. Ain't no wind. You just sitting there hoping you can catch a good wave. And there's no telling when the next gust of wind gonna come through, because you might get a little breeze that ain't even strong enough. Then you might get a super breeze that might fuck up the boat. So it's like, and you're not a natural being because you have an artificial memory put in your head by artificial beings, the real artificial beings, artificial intelligence from the artificial beings that put the artificial memory in your head, which is a spell, because it's memoirs. It's no different than the grimoires. Grimoires dealing with saying and writing the spells. Memoirs deal with the brain, deals with the psyche, deals with all that. The reason why weed was so illegal way back then, because it was psychoactive. Psycho is your mind, and it activated your mind. This is why you can take the slowest person in the hood, give him some weed, and he'll come up with the greatest fucking idea out the blue. It might sound a little shaky, but you be like, God damn, bro, that was some smart shit you said today. What the fuck? Bro, I don't know, man. I don't even know what you're talking about. Come on, man. Look, I'm telling y'all some real shit. You are artificial now because you have an artificial memory. You obeying artificial laws. You eating artificial food. We walking around with artificial birth certificates, artificial. So everything in this matrix is artificial, and we fell into the ways of the heathen. We fell in the ways of the heathen so bad that we started having sex like the heathens. We don't even make love no more. We are a soulful people. We come from love. We make love. We don't have sex. We don't F each other. It don't even sound right. We just Fing around. You know what I'm saying? I F her, she F me. It's low vibrational. If I'm in the street and a person say, man, F you, bro, you gonna have to throw these hands with me, or we gonna have to figure out some common ground real quick. So why would I even want to say that to a person that I love? Words is spells. This is why it's a thin line between love and hate, because you got people in relationships that's not even making love. Y'all just effing. There's no connection to it. You did? You know what I'm saying? Where you think, I'm gonna be real. I'm about to tell you how we having sex like bestiality. These people walked on all fours like dogs. The only way they can have sex was like dogs. Shout out to doggy style. Now you know where it came from, because it didn't come from our ancestors. We made love. We chest to chest, eye to eye. Or she's on top and you laying down, eye to eye. It's always eye contact. I want to look at you. It's intimate. You're beautiful. I'm hoping I'm beautiful to you. I feel beautiful, but we looking at each other. It's intimate. You're connecting and shit. Doggy style, you turn the motherfucker around when you don't want to look at them and shit like that. Or it's beastly. And then you got people that want to get choked and spit on and all that old shit. And I be looking at my melanated people like, what the fuck is y'all talking about? Y'all fascinated with anal play and all that shit, bro. What? Come on, if we the real bro, I ain't gonna say if, but I'm saying if we the real children of the Most High and from the Sun and stuff like that, y'all know oral sex is sodomy, right? If you a real intelligent man, you don't need to do oral sex to get her ready. She's already ready because she's attracted to you and your mind. You can drop some 5 gems and get her ready like that, and she can do the same for you. And you ready and you get to it. But if you gotta spit start that motherfucker, it ain't meant to be. That's sodomy. Ain't no play, that sodomy, bro. All that shit is sodomy, man. You still breaking the laws and the commandments, but y'all, every time some fucked up shit happen in your life, you want to talk to God, but when some good stuff happen in your life, you don't want to talk to God. God don't even exist no more. Not until you need him. Come on, bro. Stop that. Stop that, but it's real. Stop taking on the ways of the heathen and come back to what's real with nature and everything like that, man, for real. Next rant, 30 minutes. We gonna flip the page. We're going to get to it. Let me check the messages real quick, but screenshot that if y'all want to, and do the etymology of white, and go out here and show people. Go out here and teach people this. Teach people this right here. Owl of white. What's the definition of white? Creature. Human. What is the definition of human? Monster. What's the definition of monster? Human. We're 9 ether beings. Not human. Come on, man. Stop that. Like, oh yeah, let's see. Let me catch up in the comments. Oh, y'all was tearing it up down here in the comments. My bad. Y'all know how I get. Y'all know how I get. Seen a swarthy person before. Oh, we most definitely seen swarthy people before. Right. Right. Mm-hmm. Said, I'm convinced Ethiopia and all the African countries they say are horrible are probably awesome. It ain't no problem. They are awesome. They awesome. Them people cool. This is what Moors teach. Most definitely. Moors teach it. Israelites, bro. Man, we all the same people. We all got the same puzzle pieces. Mm-hmm. Is it in Morpheus' voice? Is that our thought? You thinking? Are you speaking? I've been celibate for years. Hey, ain't, ain't nothing wrong with a little celibacy or semen retention and all that. It's nothing wrong with that. That's your creative energy. That kundalini. That's your sex energy, your sexual energy is some of the strongest energy in the world. This is why our ancestors, when they did sex magic, it was to manifest things. You know what I'm saying? Because through that energy, if it's real love, unconditional, I'm talking about that real universal unconditional love, and y'all gears get to grinding, and y'all on the same accord frequency, y'all can shoot that energy together as one, because two halves make a whole, and two energies is better than one. So y'all are super powerful together, power couple, and y'all shoot that energy to the universe of whatever manifestations that y'all like. It's gonna come back down 10 times hard. You feel me? But if y'all just effing, it's just effing. Like, people do that shit with no emotions attached. I be like, how? The fuck? Like, how? You know what I'm saying? And they look at you wrong, like, you can't do that shit? You like, bro, what? Boy, what's wrong with society, man? Like, man. But, that's why couples just effing, they ain't gonna get nothing. But, you build your foundation off nothing but sex, that thing gonna crumble. You know what I'm saying? You gotta build a solid foundation off of morals, principles, values, and character. You gotta have structure. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people hate discipline because they was one of those kids who hate being told what to do, and they hate discipline. But discipline is good. And you know what I'm saying? That's one thing I learned about growing up with Army parents and Marine parents, and just coming from a Army background family. You know what I'm saying? Like, that discipline is very important in everybody's life. And if people don't have discipline, you will be led astray inside this wicked, wicked world. You know what I'm saying? And you don't even need God to tell you that. You can look around and that's just facts. If you don't have self-discipline, you're going to lose yourself out here. You need that. You know what I'm saying? Fam, you ain't gotta smash every girl. Have some self-discipline. Retain yourself. Use that energy and put it into something. You know how much energy men use just to try and find somebody to smash nowadays? That takes a lot of energy. Now, if you hold on to that energy and turn it to something creative or invest it to something positive, you will get the same results as if you was just on some low vibrating shit over here. You know what I'm saying? And it's vice versa. See, I don't like this gender wars and all that stuff going on because it's both genders. It's both genders. No gender is better than the other one. We both make mistakes. It's not rocket science. People need to put their ego and pride to the side. And if we're going to unite as a nation, we need to heal as a nation. So as a nation, we need to put that ego to the side and we need to be vulnerable with one another. Because I'm going to tell you what, when shit hit the fan, if I'm on that front line, I ain't going to trust. I ain't about to put my life in the hands of a person who can't be 100 with me. Hell no. I don't know you. Man, I got to know you are my brother and my sister before we get on this front line and do what the fuck we got to do for our people. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. But our people so scared, bro. This scary shit is what kills me. I know I said next ran in 30 minutes, but man, look, I'm on it today. This coffee is tricking in my mind going, man, this scary shit is killing me within this melanated community. We fell so far, but we coming back up though. But that fear is the only thing that's stopping us. Like, we get all the knowledge in the world and all that. We can, Black Lives Matter. We can Black Lives Matter till our damn throats is hoarse. And we do all that shit when shit happens. Man, self-discipline, and you gotta be consistent. You can't be Black Lives Matter when the police kill somebody. You gotta be Black Lives Matter because the banks is unfair. You gotta be Black Lives Matter because your identity being here. You gotta be Black Lives Matter because every day you wake up as a melanated person here inside this society who they got your identity hid and lying to you. You gotta be 100 every day. You ain't Black Lives Matter one day. You melanated every day. That shit is every day. And I ain't subscribing to the organization. I just like the phrase because melanated lives do matter. Shout out to my Latinos out there because y'all melanated too. Y'all need to stop that shit too. Your skin brown, my skin darker brown. I never seen a black person. You ain't never seen a black person. Take the colorism off your eyes that these white folks done put on you. Because y'all got the memoirs too. We are one big ass tribe. They didn't kill us off. They ain't do none of that stupid shit that they put in the books. It wasn't no smallpox or none of that shit. They just memoired your ass. You know, they men in black you with the light. They just bling, you know what I'm saying? And put false memories in your mind. You see how men in black do, right? Flash, spell, memoirs. You know what I'm saying? And that's all they did. We too busy fighting each other. Y'all seen my Haiti video, man. You seen the red Indian. You seen the dark melanated Indian. Both from the same islands. One of them was actually from the Dominican Republic. And to the ones, I'm going to go ahead and make this status. We're going to keep going. I'm going to go ahead and say this though too. To the ones who was on the video who kept saying, why you keep calling yourself an American Indian when you're Haitian? Because Haiti is America, bro. And if nobody ever told you, and if your teachers ain't never tell you, they should at least told you that. That ain't hidden information. That shit ain't even no secret information. Like, for those who don't understand what I'm saying, Haiti is Latin America because Dominican Republic and Haiti is on the same island, and Dominican Republic is part of Latin America. We the same people. Same people. Get the imaginary line out of your head, just like you need to get the imaginary line out of your head about Canada and Mexico. We are all one, and we been here. Haitian, Haiti, French is Latin. For those who didn't know, you know, the world got people thinking that Spanish is the only Latin. French is Latin. English got Latin-ish in it, like, but French. We speak French. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's Latin America now. Dominican Republic speaks Spanish in their Latin America. We're part of South America. technically. We're part of South America, which is real close to Florida, but that's what we part of. So yes, American Indian. And for those who didn't know that America is North, Central, South, and West Indies. All of that is America. Shout out to Atlantis and Lemuria, you feel me? Because that links America with the Pacific Islanders and the Southeast Asians. That's why it was easy for them to come across the Bering Strait back in the day. They was technically our brothers, but the ones that came over here, some of our real brothers from over there came over here, but what followed them was the artificial people. You know, y'all seen the Disney movie Mulan, you know, the Hans and the Mongolian. You know, they like to put it in your face. Y'all know that's what that movie was all about. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Mulan Disney movie was all about. They put it in your face, clear as day. The Hans and the Mongolians. The Hans, hop off here, go to Google and type in a Han. The Han look like the Hans are Caucasians, but the Hans look like the dude that's at your job. The Hans. The Mongolians, we know what the Mongolians look like. They was warring, they was beefing, you know. The Hans is part of the you feel me? The original Mongolians was our folk, you feel me? But you know, they did what they did to them. But as our brothers was running across to seek refuge, the artificial people, or you know, the monsters, the creatures, followed them. Shit get deep, man. It get deep, dog. It get deep like that. Let me go ahead and flip this real quick though. So now the reason why I say not all skin folk is your kinfolk, because a Caucasian is not technically all white people. It's a title of people that's from that area. And we know that Germany was swarthy. And there were melanated people in the Caucasus Mountains, believe it or not. So we're going to see right here, ancient and modern Caucasoid populations were thus not exclusively white. See the parentheses? Y'all remember what I showed you, right? Okay. But range in complexion from white skin, but we know what's up, to dark brown. Man, we taking the glasses off today. We taking the skin, but they switched it though. Since the second half of the 20th century, physical anthropologists have switched. They have switched from typological understanding of quote unquote human biological diversity towards a genomic and population-based perspective, and have rendered the understand race, quote unquote, as a social classification of human based on phenotype and ancestry, as well as cultural factors. But it's mainly based off your phenotype. This is where you get black people and white people from. It is solely off your phenotype, and a lot of people get the phenotype wrong. Like, folks don't look at the physical bone structure no more. They just see your skin and be like, you African. Why? Because my skin dark? Nah, you African because they said that your ancestors came from Africa on boats. Okay, are you talking about us as a whole? Or are you talking directly to me? I'm talking about you. I'm talking about you, and you Haitian. So yeah, you most definitely African. Oh, for real? Since you know so much about me and you did all this damn research about me, go find the slave ship that my ancestor stepped off of, and then we can have a further discussion. I mean, the ship Voyages is there. I'm pretty sure you can find somebody on that African ship called Dooley. When Dooley is an Irish last name. You know what I'm saying? Or find an African ship log with somebody named Stancil on there. Because that's my great granddaddy. His last name is Stancil. You ain't going to find that. Why? Because Stancil is a Sephardic Jew Moor that's from Germany. Yes, my great grandfather is an Aboriginal from Germany. And he is a Moor. And he passed me down all his little Moor trinkets and jewelry and stuff. I just don't wear that shit. I don't wear that shit. I wore that shit one time, and the Freemason was like, you better be careful wearing that shit. I was like, boy, you ain't even got to tell me twice, then. I ain't about to be up here kidnapping me. You feel me? But Yeah, you can't. Because your last name didn't come from no white person. Your last name is literally the clue to who you are. If your last name is Arabic, trace that. If your is going trace that, it's gonna lead directly to the Moors, and it's gonna come back around to the Israelites, and it's gonna fall back to spirituality because it's all connected. Do your last name. If your last name Dooley or something Ireland or Irish like that, then you already know what it is. Shout out to my Chaldean family out here. You know what I'm saying? Afro-Shot, you feel me? We done already talked about them. If your last name is English, then you already know Aboriginal of Europe or England. Your ancestors was probably one of the first Europeans that came here that discovered the American Indians. 1828 definition of American. Copper-colored tribes of Aboriginal Americans who were founded by the Europeans. European don't necessarily mean white, but it means just European. They were swarthy Europeans, and they were the first ones to come over here. But it wasn't their first time coming over here, but they came over here and like, yeah, okay, woo-dee-woo-woo. Got dodged the hijack. They love playing with these words because words is spells. In order to break the matrix and part of the illusion, we gotta break this spell. You gotta know what you saying, how you saying it, the intention behind it, the root words of everything. Etymology is most definitely important. But you know, we most definitely gonna get it though. We gonna get it. How everybody doing? Y'all good? Y'all still rocking with me? Red pill, blue pill. Let me catch up in here. Ether 9. What's happening? Oh, Jamal was happening. Y'all, I'm on my 15. What's happening, man? Rich Don 172. You are most definitely right. I tell that to everybody. They killed our ancestors and they brainwashed the kids. And I'm gonna tell you how they did it. School. Before it was public school, it was boarding school. You know, and we still send our kids to public school, but it's actually boarding school. But a long time ago, how our ancestors got bullied into sending the kids to their school. See, they want to paint this false image that, oh yeah, we in segregation now, they can go to our schools. We was going to their schools a long ass time ago with their kids sitting in the back seat getting indoctrinated like everybody else, you feel me? And then after the kids of that era completed their indoctrination, then they did the segregation to see how the plan works. Of everybody just bumping heads and they sitting back laughing, doing the Birdman. Yes, yes. Continue. It's working just fine. Let's call it public school and find a way for them to send all their kids there. So this is how they did it. Two things that helped them. That I'm sorry that if this is your occupation of today, but hey, it is what it is. Children's services. CPS, in boarding schools and teachers. This is how they did it. The pen is mightier than the sword. They couldn't whoop our ass. The Gullah Geechee and the Haitian, they won everybody independence and liberal, and our people got the land, and we was free. We was 100% free for a small amount of time. They created CPS and boarding schools. So, and as they was doing they fake laws and legislations and all that, they while they was doing that old scheme and stuff, they hired the CPS to go around to ask, is your kids in school? You know, the same shit that they be at, your kids in school. And if our ancestors said no, the CPS went back and gave the name, gave the address, and told them no and everything like that. And then what the elites did was send the slave catchers, aka police, to the crib, snatch the kids from our ancestors. Some of them got locked up back into slavery, you know, prisons, jail, slavery. So they broke the law. Come on. And they forcefully did it. And every kid got put in boarding school. My Latinos, y'all went to the same boarding school as us. So now they was putting us all in there. And then the other tribes and other people was seeing this go down, you know what I'm saying? And like, you know, fear kick in. They just start sending the kids willingly. They just start doing it willingly, so much to now the boarding schools is now public schools. So now the kids at that time was in boarding schools. Boarding schools, you live there until you graduate or some shit like that. And your parents getting killed, going to war some more, in jail for life, getting shipped off, or just treated bad at this time. You don't know that this is going on to your people. You thinking when you leave here, you about to go back to your family. You in here getting indoctrinated, false history, because they took the kids from the ancestors before they can teach them the history. Because there's a certain time where you reach an age where you live, okay, this is who you are. They took them from that time. You did. So now you got these kids who don't know nothing. The brain open. It's a sponge. They going in here. And this is where, oh yeah, you guys came, try it. You guys came from Africa. You know, they, oh, okay. This shit work. And we're going to call you guys Negroes and colors. Okay. You hear this? Yeah, okay, yeah. Not knowing nothing. Just listening, hanging on to every word. This is now why trauma is passed on through DNA. This is why now you fast forward to 2020, a lot of our people won't believe you unless it come from a white person. When all that old shit come from, that comes from trauma. So now just bring it back one more time so I can finish explaining this. So now they're just sitting there just soaking up the indoctrination. Yes, and white people are superior. You know, this is our country. You know, this is our land and stuff. And you're, oh shit, damn, hey, these people is tight. You know what I'm saying? Can I try one more thing? Try it. Go ahead, try it. This is the nail in the coffin. Do it. Jesus is, oh, that's the Messiah, right? That's the Messiah that our parents used to tell us about. This is what he really looked like, these people. Woo. This is what they did. And they did it for years. 12th grade, 12 years, 12-year slave. Come on, man, think about it. This is when they was putting the chains back on the mind and putting the chains on the soul. 12-year slave. This is where you put the chains on the soul. You're in school for 12 years, 12-year slave. Our kids is doing 12 years of slavery right now, mentally and soully. We got to find a way to homeschool them or something. You know what I'm saying? I'm just putting it out there right there, the little gym. But anyways, 12 years. Then they graduate, get this diploma, get this degree, they get the cap, the gown, they feeling like they really proud of themselves. And now they become African Americans. You know, they graduated from Negroes to colors, so now they're black. That's when that old shit come out. And then they looking for their families. They can't find their families. Now they feeling abandoned. So they got these people who taught them. It's a cold game. And it's effed up for real. Now, that's where the division come in at. So now why our children is going through this school when they're graduating, darker melanated kids is being taught Africa, and you got the lighter melanated kids, Latinos, being taught some of Central America, some of South America, Mongolian knowledge. Like, they just really fucking them up at this point. Like, I'm being real. Like, they just really fucking them up at this point. This is why it's so hard to wake up our brothers and sisters across that border, man. It is hard to do it. they played with our brothers and sisters' minds across that board so bad, dog, and they did them so bad. I mean, it's not, when we talk about who had it worse, and this is one thing I'm gonna say, when we talk about who had it worse, this shit is not a competition. It's not, but we had it worse. We got done like this. No, but we had it worse. This shit ain't no competition, bro. We are one family. They did all of us fucked up. You know what I'm saying? They did our brothers and sisters' minds so fucked up, dog. Them damn conquistador motherfuckers. They, woo, shit. They double chained them up. And you want to know why they did it? Because they just as powerful as us. They just as powerful as us. They just as powerful as us. And they unity makes them stronger than us. Our community is division. COINTELPRO'd up. Their community is built on unity. They made them the opposite. When all of us was united, they was like, bro, it's too many super strong folks on this month. We gotta find a way to break them up. Okay, just put the Willie Lynch letters on this people right here. And then think we can get them to side with us a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna teach them a little bit more of our ways, a little bit more. We're gonna do something to them because they strong. Like, they unity strong. We gotta do something with that. And that's what happened, dog. But they unity makes them stronger than us, bro. For real. Off that strength. But we gonna get back to it though. That's why I'm here. We gonna get back to it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ghost Rider. My family speak French. Most definitely. That Creole. Catch up real quick. Shout out to everybody that's in here right now. Most definitely, Tigers. Do your genealogy. That's the most important thing in the world. That Willie Lynch syndrome is the reason why people don't want to do their genealogy, and that's the reason why they don't want to listen to their grandmamas. That Willie Lynch syndrome is still in their head. And here's the kicker. Willie Lynch ain't even a real person. It ain't even a real person. It's a bunch of evil WIGHT people got together, put their mind together, created a psychological warfare of COINTELPRO. Willie Lynch letter is the first COINTELPRO. Well, of this era. COINTELPRO is really ancient, a long time ago. You know, it takes one of us to take one of us down. So that should go way back to ancient times. But of this time, Willie Lynch letter was just the COINTELPRO rebirthed again at that time. It's the same thing. And Willie Lynch letter tells us COINTELPRO in our face. What is COINTELPRO? Infiltrate them. How we infiltrate them? Use one of them against one of them. Willie Lynch letter. Turn the old against the new, against the young. Take the young against the new. Against the old. Turn man against woman. Take woman against man. And eventually they will be divided. It's the same. It's today. This is why your grandma be like, you're American Indian. No, you're not. This white man said, well, Willie Lynch letter, boarding school, CPS, everything I just explained. We breaking these chains tonight. Tonight you're gonna see the world different tomorrow, I promise you. Don't do research residential schools if you have not worked out your genealogy. Most definitely, for real. Because you would not look at Christianity ever the same. OPM, man, if they only knew. If they only knew what went on in them boarding schools, all they got to do is research the Canada boarding schools of the American Indians and take that and apply that to all of America. And then boom. Mm-hmm. Boarding schools was literally boarded up and entrapped the enslaved children, most definitely. Majority of the reason why I'm so aggressive because I went down the rabbit hole. That's cause your warrior spirit waking up, oh. And the deeper you go, bro, I'm telling you, oh, you a warrior, dog. I'm telling you, I see that energy in you. Where your ancestors was warriors, dog. A lot of our ancestors was something, some of our ancestors were shaman, priest, and priestess. Some of us was philosophers. Some of us was creators, inventors. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's in you. Whatever you got the passion for, like, your passion, yeah, bro, you one of the warriors. Most of us, cause it's funny how this shit works. Most former gang members are woke people now, and it's funny because gangs is nothing but our tribes that's misguided. You can tell who's the warriors of our tribe, man. They just misguided, and that's in us. You know what I'm saying? It's in us. That unity is in us, and it's crazy how it's kind of hard to unite unless you part of a gang or a set or a tribe or some shit like this. Like that, bro, that right there is crazy. But that right there just shows you the unity is still there because it's something about just being tied to, like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody like some old white man on that block. I don't know why y'all beefing over territory. It's deeper than that, man. It's a sense of knowing that this is yours, man. Like, you born on that block, your family from that block. That's that Aboriginal mindset kicking in, and everybody on that block is your tribe because y'all grew up together, and that's that unity that come in. That's how most gangs operate and stuff like that. Like, it's deeper than just, bro, we beefing over block. It's in them, but they don't know how to unlock it and transmutate it to face it to the motherfucker who caused the division in the first place, Willie Lynch. You know, Willie Lynch syndrome still going on. So it's like, man, but you got that warrior spirit though. That's all I wanted to say, man. That shit dope, bro. Hold on to that for real. Ah, yeah, of course. Most definitely, Tigress. I got you. All right, let's go to the next slide now. All right. So now we're gonna go here real quick. Since I mentioned COINTELPRO and everything like that, let's go right here. So people don't think that I'm just talking out my ass and, why are you always making it about black people? Because it is. It's always about melanated people. It's always been about melanated people. You better do some melanated research or melanated tech research. Your phone is melanin tech. It's always been about us. But let's hear from the CIA themselves. Y'all know I be pulling these things, the CIA documents for these folk, man. Let's reiterate this one time. Central Intelligence Counterintelligence Program Black nationalist, quote unquote, hate group. Nationalist activity and interested in counterintelligence. Counterintelligence. Etymology. Counterintelligence. They've been countering the intelligence of us since they figured it out how to do it. Boarding schools. in other ways, the pen is mightier than the sword and everything. But counterintelligence, that right there already lets you know that the government control mental. Govern means control, means mental. The government don't like people to be smart. They always try to counter intelligence, but they want you to be smart, which means pain, by the way. So now, counterintelligence to coordinate this program. This agent will be responsible for the periodic program letters being requested, but each agent working this type of case should participate in the formulation of counterintelligence operations. The goals of this program for maximum effectiveness of the counterintelligence program, and to prevent wasted effort, long range goals are being set. Long range goals is being set. Even right now, they are already thinking about 10 years now, like, just in case we survive this shit, what are we gonna do? That's how they thinking. So now, 1, prevent the coalition of quote unquote militant melanated nationalist group. They say black, but melanin. This is how we talk in words and spells. In unity there is strength. In unity there is strength. It ain't because you're terrorists and stuff like that. It's because in unity is strength. This the CIA talking with the FBI as well. You know what I'm saying? It's all of them. All the 3 letters. The unity and strength. The last thing they want us to be is strong. Why? We know why at this point. So now, in unity, there is strength. Shout out to my Haitians. What is the motto on the Haitian flag? Let union fait la force. In union, there's force. There's strength in numbers. La union fait la force. That's on the Haitian flag. Strength is in numbers. Their strength is in unity. And let's see. And let me catch back up while I was at. Let's see. And that is no less valid for all the true. It's smudged right there on my end. I can't see that. I hope y'all can see that. An effective coalition of a melanated nationalist group might be the first step towards a real moo in American, the beginning of true Black revolution. That's number 1. That's force. That's first and foremost. Like, everything else is important, but first and foremost, we got to stop the unity because they strong. And if they unite, that will be the beginning of a true Black revolution. And not just melanated people here, but melanated people everywhere. Because they waiting on us. They've been waiting on us. Wake up. That's number 1. Now, after this is the upgrade Willie Lynch letter. If y'all catching on, this the upgraded Willie Lynch letter. So now, after we neutralize their unity, now step 2 is prevent the rise of a messiah. See, notice they ain't say Black messiah because Black is not real, melanated, but not a Black Messiah or white Messiah, but a Messiah, the unity that they just broke up. Messiah, the conscious, the energy, the strength. Strength is energy. Strength is consciousness. Strength is universal. To stop that energy, which is the Messiah, we bring forth the Messiah. Once we wake up, my bad, because I'm in this with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I'm just in it right now. But once we wake up and we get back in tune with nature, with the universe, with the sun, with our spirituality, with our knowledge. And knowledge is power once it's applied. And we all apply this knowledge. That energy brings forth the Messiah that everybody's waiting, the second coming, our energy, which is a magnetic energy field. Nubaru, I'm just saying, notice the more we wake up every year, the hotter that sun get. Y'all peeping it, right? The more we wake up as a group of children of the sun, we are connected to the sun, the more our frequency rises. That sun get hotter because it rises. Its frequency rises. And when its frequency start to rise, Mother Gaia's frequency start to rise. And, you know, them birth pains get to hitting hard. You know, ladies, when it's time to push that baby out and you get down to them last couple of hours, yeah, Mother Gaia gets like that when it's time. She get that birth pains when it's time to spit out a new reality and a new shift. That energy. We are all connected. The trees, the plants, melanated people, the Messiah, the Messiah, the Messiah, who could unify and electrify. Unify and electrify. Melanin conducts electricity. Unify and electrify. Not only do we need to unite, man, that electricity, man, come on, they speaking in spiritualness right now. The militant black nationalist movement. Malcolm X might have been such a messiah. Malcolm X might have been such a messiah. He is the martyr of the movement today. Martin Luther King, Stokely Carmichael, and Elijah Muhammad all aspire to this position. Elijah Muhammad has less of a throat because of his age. King could be very real contender, for his position should be abandoned. His supposed obedience to white communists and the Negro. Y'all remember that book I showed? Go get it. This is where that obedience to white come from. He went to a communist school. And if y'all don't believe me, y'all can hop out, go to Google, pull up the picture. He's inside the class like looking inside the camera. He went to a communist school. Check this out though. So if he ever abandoned his position, his supposed obedience to white liberal doctrines of non-violence, he most definitely will be a good contender. Carmichael has the necessary charisma. Y'all remember etymology from other life? Charisma, charm, the spirit, the soul, the spell. Carmichael had that. He was a high priest. He knew how to tap into that frequency to get people electrified. You know, he was a high priest. They knew this. Necessary charisma to be a real threat in this way. We're going to let that breathe real quick. Thing getting so hot, I might have to roll up another one, you feel me? Y'all good? Y'all straight? Red pill, blue pill, y'all good? I said that brown sugar, glad you could tap in. Power Gen was good. Just shed a tear. I appreciate that, man. That means a lot. Catch up real quick. Most definitely tigers. Governmental. Yup. Mm-hmm. Unity is one. We are stronger together. Govern means it can mean watch and control. Etymology, these words got more than one definition, but at the end of the day, it's all the same. The way they use it. So if they watching you, they still controlling you. And if they controlling you, they most definitely watching you. Mm-hmm. Antarctica flag, yup, most definitely. We supposed to be made in his image. We can't say I am that I am when you don't know who I am. You are. Most definitely, y'all. I like that. They been waiting on us. Let that sink in. Most definitely, yup. We had a God gene. It's not just when we wait. The time in the sun will hit your third eye, and yup, most definitely. The real scoop, yup, most definitely, big dog. Activate the God genes in us, and we will then have our full potential. Yes, yes, because that sun, what's going on? See, I don't really like using the term great reset, but what's going on is that everything's getting set back to its natural setting. That's what the shift is about. When you get to that new shift, everything has to go back to its natural setting. So, like I said, as that sun get hotter, we get woker, and when we get woker, the sun get hotter and everything else, because our melanin soaks in radiation and it emits energy. You know what I'm saying? Conduct electricity. This is what we do. So it's like we the engine. It's coming down through us and it's emitting through us, you know what I'm saying? And anything inside the vicinity. And once we unite and become stronger, that field get big and everything starts to reset and wake up and everything just off of us. You know what I'm saying? And then the wild men will start going back to their natural state. This is why a lot of them, you starting to see a lot of them being comfortable and start eating hearts and shit on camera. Like, yeah, this is what we doing. You starting to see commercials that's showing you wild men and all the truth to start coming out and stuff like that. Age of Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? When the veil comes up, the illusion come up. Right now, a lot of people got them glasses. Y'all remember that old movie? You got them glasses and stuff. But with these glasses, it creates an illusion. So we gotta take them glasses off so you can see the real mythological world that's around you. And these folks will start resorting back to their natural state. And a lot of mythical creatures will start to emerge. They will start to find more and more crazy stuff being washed ashore and in the sky and in the wood. They're gonna start finding more and more of that stuff. Like, you folks finding baby griffins and shit now. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. And it's gonna start resorting back, and they're gonna be more aggressive, and we're gonna be more enlightened. So if everything's going back to its natural state, our natural state was godhood. Our natural state was godhood. You heard me? Shout out to the green that I'm wearing today. You know what I'm saying? Because most of our ancestors was green. Shout out to the melanin and chlorophyll and everything that's alive and conduct electricity. So, and man, that's that, man. Like, that's y'all gonna start seeing some. Yeah, that's why I always say the next 5 to 10 years is gonna be crucial. Like, this is where everything being ripped open and you start seeing everything right here. Mm-hmm. And I love the way you said that they're trying to destroy our God gene, because the etymology of trying means to struggle. And most definitely they're struggling to destroy our God gene because they can't. They done tried everything. From the time that these folks done hopped out from inner earth and intermingled and all that old crazy stuff back in the day, they've been trying to take that gene from us and they can't. They cannot. That's why they still trying, and it won't. Boy, they tried burning, they tried lynching, they tried syphilis injections, Tuskegee experiments. They tried all these viruses that they release. Actually, they tried the vaccine. They tried, putting it in the water. They tried the food. They tried covering up the sun. Because they've been covering up the sun for a long time. Don't think that this shit brand new. They've been doing this shit in Prince in them time and our mamas in them time. These clouds that you see, when you think they're not spraying and you be like, oh man, it's a clear sky, a couple of clouds in the sky. Them clouds is that. Earth never had clouds, and Earth had two suns, and it was always tropical. This is why Antarctica and Arctic is tropical underneath all that ice. It was never no winter here. It was none of that. It was always tropical. We are tropical beings. This is why we like our houses on 75 and 80. You know what I'm saying? Anything too hot and anything too cold, we get mad at the motherfucker. You feel me? So we like shit balanced. You dig? So tropical people. This planet was tropical. This is our planet. They like to, and I'm already sold on this idea. They want us to think that the Sirius star and the Nibiru planet that we came from is all the way out there. See, Nibiru's sun is coming back to Nibiru. We here. We been here. This planet Kai, Nibiru, whatever you want to. We here. This here. When the Greys was lost and they was destroying all they little planets that they was inhabiting, or whatever planets, if it's out there or if it's in the ocean, or I'm thinking it's in the ocean because you got inner Earth, and I think the Earth holds the real planets, and the ocean holds the real planets and stuff like that. But however these folks emerged here, they was destroying every other place that they was inhabiting. You heard me? So they landed here. They found them here, Nibiru Kai, and they brought their sub-zero technology that shot ice crystals. They brought the chemtrails that created the clouds, and they start modifying the weathers. This stuff is fairly new. Remember, 8,000 years ago is when these people emerged, or these beings emerged. And between 8,000 years to 2022. They evolved real quick because they don't look like how they used to look. Y'all go check out Naturalism of Yahweh videos. He show you what they used to look like when they got here. And in time, through splicing and mixing and stuff like that, they, what you see today. But they landed here. They created the clouds with their technology. They had the sub-zero technology. They shot the ice crystals inside them clouds. And they put up these towers of radioactive and all that type of stuff, totalitarian empire, you feel me? They made all these little radioactive things to activate winter. Now, the Ice Age comes. The Ice Age wasn't millions of years ago like they tell you in school. Remember, indoctrination, a lot of this stuff is very recent. You know what I'm saying? It's very recent, because if they want to use this whole out of Africa theory, where they say that people migrated to these different regions and they adapted to the weather and climate and all that. Why? And this happened a million years ago, Ice Age and all that happened a million years ago, and people just adapted to their climate and okay, cold and hot is part of the climate. Tell me why now one melanated person that's in Germany like the cold. Don't nobody like the cold. And I'm not just saying melanated people, we especially hate the cold. But folks hate cold weather because it's new. You're not used to it because it's not old like they tell you. And this planet is warm. It ain't real. You know what I'm saying? Everything's full of energy, full of life. That hibernation state. Man, look, bro, that hibernation phase everybody go through is fake. They forcing it on you. This why when you get tired and you go sleep and animals go to sleep and all that stuff, these folks up. They doing stuff. They digging still. They worried about out up there through the dome and down at these folks up. You see folks wearing shorts and thong sandals in the wintertime and shit. You are, you one of them blue bloods, huh? Yeah, I know about you. Yeah, like that. This planet was always tropical. This always been our planet. We ain't crash land here. We been here. They crash land here. However they came from the ocean or through the dome or whatever the case may be. But they crash landed here. We been here, man. This is why the second son coming back. We gonna keep it rolling though. They can't destroy that guy, G. My bad, bro. You know, when I see a topic, they get my mind rolling. I got to go. Red pill, yup. The rapture in Hebrew means the unveiling, just like apocalypse. Yep, rose-colored glasses. I'm gonna read it out to you. I'm gonna keep it going. Trying to do the same here. What's happening, Chosen? Hey, I'm glad you could catch the live, brother. For real. Let's see. Uh, let's see if I can do it real quick. Naturalism of Yahweh. Trying to bring them in here real quick. Rob always said that I belong in the warm weather. Most definitely. I don't even know how to pin yet. All right. Let's keep it rolling real quick. So now the third reason why COINTEL. I mean, that's his name. His name came from a long time. He was part of the Israelite camps. He left though, but you know, y'all know what we mean. But anyways, the third part is to prevent violence on the part of melanated nationalist groups. This is of primary importance. See, this is of primary importance. I wonder why prevent violence on the part of melanated nationalist groups is of primary importance. Shout out to the 250 American Indian slave revolts that happened. You feel me? The wars and stuff like that. And is, of course, a goal of our investigative activity. Y'all know why a lot of the El Rukin chiefs of the, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of Larry Hoover's, you know, and a lot of them start getting locked up and stuff like that. So outside of the Black Panthers and Malcolm X and everybody like that, to investigative activity. It should also be a goal of the counterintelligence program. Through counterintelligence, it should be possible to pinpoint potential troublemakers and neutralize them before they exercise their potential for violence. Prevent militant, number 4, prevent militant black nationalist groups and leaders from gaining responsibility. Prevent them from gaining, that's respectability. Respectability by discrediting them to 3 separate segments of the community. The goal of discrediting black nationalists must be handled tactically in 3 ways. You must discredit 3 groups of individuals. To first, the responsible Negro community. Second, they must be discredited to the white community. Counterintelligence program. They must be discredited to their own community, and they must be discredited to the white community. And I wonder why they want to discredit them in the white community especially. It's because we can wake y'all up. It's because we can wake y'all up. They playing games with y'all too. We're gonna let that sit real quick. Okay. Free Larry Hoover, you feel me? Most definitely real scoop. I know what you're talking about. They most definitely did.